Dear chess friends, dear ChessMood family, I'm Grandmaster Johan Hellsten, and today I'm very happy to share with you another interesting topic, mobilization in the defense. Here we are playing with the white pieces. As you can see, we have kings on opposite flanks, and this usually means that both sides are eager to attack. We already have to be careful about black's upcoming attack along the h-file. At this point, please pause your video and try to come up with a good idea for white. Try to find white's best choice at this moment. Okay, I will continue. In the first place, very tempting seems bishop a6. Aggressive exchanges, so to speak, trying to swap off the defender on b7. However, black could react by h takes g3, queen takes g3, and the rather surprising bishop takes a6. It turns out that there are not so much pieces left on the board, so that after rook takes a6, king b7, black is ready to fight for the a-file. And I think that white's attack is not that strong anymore. For example, rook fa1, rook a8, and black seems to be doing fine here at this point. Another idea would be to play simply rook fb1. This makes a lot of sense, bringing more pieces to the attack, mobilization to the attack, so to speak. However, after h takes e3, queen takes d3, black will have a nice defensive move here, king c7. The thing is that in this way, he is protecting both the b6 pawn and the d6 pawn with his king, and at the same time, he is preparing to go queen h4 in order to swap off white's queen, and that wouldn't be a lot of attack anymore for white. In the game, however, white found a much stronger idea. He played here knight d2. It seems strange to move away the knight from the attack. However, white has noticed that the best destiny for this knight is actually on f1. From f1, the knight will be covering the very sensitive pawn on h2. And at the same time, the knight clears the b-file for the white rook. After knight e2, black played h3, trying to build up an attack along the long diagonal, so to speak. Had he played here h takes d3, just like in the previous variation, well, after queen takes g3, we can already spot a difference here. If black again tries king c7, yeah, we already know the idea, trying to play queen h4, swapping queens. Well, at this moment, white could play knight c4. Very strong move, targeting the pawn on d6 as well as the one on b6, and also he has an interesting idea in playing knight a3, knight b5. So you can say this is a very flexible knight. The knight on d2 is preparing to go for the defense, but at some occasions it can also be used in the attack from c4. Back to the game, there followed h3, white hurried to take on h3, and there followed rook takes h3. As you can see, black is just one move away from playing rook ch8, threatening to take the pawn on h2. However, it's white to play, and I'm sure that you already guessed what will happen here. Exactly. White first plays rook fb1, bringing the rook to the attack, while vacating the f1 square. After rook ch8, he managed to play knight f1. Fantastic defensive knight on f1. There is no chance that black's attack will succeed anymore, because the knight is protecting the important pawn on h2. And from this point, white will simply go for his own attack. Black tried queen c7, protecting the pawn on b6, and now the time is right for bishop a6. This is a very strong move because white has noticed that if black retreats the bishop a8, well, as you can see, the pawn on b6 is a little loose, and this can be exploited by means of the knight sacrifice e4. After f takes e4, we have d5. In this way, white is clearing the diagonal for his queen, so that after, let's say, e takes d5, rook takes b6, this would be game over. Here you can see it's very important to have the bishop on a6 so that the black king cannot escape. After bishop a6, in the game, black instead tried knight a7. However, after bishop takes b7, queen takes b7, we have again the same idea. White wants to include his queen in the attack as soon as possible, and for that reason he played here d5. Very nice breakthrough in the center, so to speak. If e takes d5, simply queen takes f5, and all the black pawns are becoming very weak. So in the game, black instead tried queen takes d5. Here it was interesting to play e4. However, perhaps white didn't like the looks of queen c5. So in the game, instead there followed the simpler rook takes b6. After king c7, now the time is right to play e4. With new threats coming up, since the queen protects the rook, we are now threatening to play rook takes a7. Black tried queen c5, last try. However, after queen takes e5, d takes e5, rook takes e6, white already had a huge material advantage, and after knight c6, e takes f5, rook 3 h5, rook a6. Black, in this terrible position, resigned the game. If we go back to the beginning, it's important to understand that white is very eager to attack, but first he should safeguard his kingside. And that can be done by means of a very nice defensive move, knight d2. In this way, we get ready to play rook b1 and later on knight f1, keeping control of the weak pawn on h2. At this point, I would like to share with you a little exercise. In this position, we are playing with the black pieces. As you can see, white has sacrificed a whole piece in order to start a strong attack. What would you play with black here? Which would you think would be black's best move? You can put your answer in the comment section. Thanks for today and see you next time. Good luck, thanks for joining the channel, and ChessMood.